Organic here again, playing automation, and today we are building, not this because this is already built, but we're building something on a similar foundation to this. This is the Adjustment Vempressa build cat trim, which is the top of the line model. Today we're going to build an SUV, kind of based on this body, because this body type does have an SUV variant, and instead of this top of the line build cat with a 2,400 pound-foot of torque V10 in it, we're gonna build something that's more in the lines of, you know, something a soccer mom would drive if she thinks she's too cool for a minivan. You know, something that Karen would use to take the kids. A lot of, oh no, I had a light truck monocoque in the other truck. Cheap steel, something longitudinal. Let's do solid axle foils all around, because that's what the Vempressa truck has. Now for the engine, I've already built a perfect engine for this thing in here somewhere, if I can... Alright, this is a good engine. I built an 8-liter V8, that's a bit excessive. 920 torque, 442 horsepower is pretty good, but we're gonna detune this engine a bit because we don't need, well, we want some better fuel economy, so we'll bring the fuel mixture down to 12. We'll tweak the compression because it is turbocharged, so it's gonna be lower on that. And oh, look at that, still 800 horsepower, but I think we're also gonna tone this down, make the engine a bit smaller, not a full 8-liter. We want to save a bit on fuel economy. I'm gonna do 5.5. We're knocking now, so I need to tweak that. 558 torque, 397 horsepower is actually pretty decent for the type of SUV we're trying to build. The cam profile is really low because it's kind of like a diesel tune, so we might be able to turn that up a bit. 419 horsepower, 640 torque is pretty good for... I like this nice flat power curve. Once the turbo kicks in, it's just, you know, stays there. We want reliability, so we gotta take that into account. We can't let anything go red. Standard intake. If we can actually get a bit more power going twin than per cylinder for some reason. I don't know why. I think somewhere around 700 torque, 712, just shy of 500 horsepower is really good for what we're trying to build here. Let's see. Ooh, nice low rumble. It's pretty loud. So let's go reverse flow and a 3-way cat, because it's gotta be quiet and comfortable, because the type of people that we want to market this car to. A 5.5 liter twin turbo V8, 700 torque. How much power was it? 458. That's actually pretty decent. Oh wow, that's just straight flat on the side. Yes, let's make that long. Bring that in a little bit. What can we do here? Push that out to give more headroom. Adjustment is the name of the company building this car. So, and this is gonna be kind of like their company color for the cars that I build from them going forward. So the new painting system with the current open beta update is really good. I really like it a lot, because you can do some really crazy stuff with it. Like if I come here, there's and go to edit. Let's make a clone of it, and then edit the clone. We can come select material type. We can make it regular paint, plastic, chrome, carbon fiber, cloth, leather, steel, and like we can have colored plastic. So it's really cool, the kind of stuff you can do with this. The grill I used on the Vempressa build cat. What lights did I use? Did I use these ones? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I used these. That one, I think. We do got some pretty cool new features with the lights. We actually have sunroofs in the game now with the latest open beta. Front end's looking pretty good so far. Door handles. We need door handles. We always gotta have door handles. So we want those ones there. That there, but we'll swap the back ones for the version without the keyhole. On the back, ooh, we got this new proper truck bumper in the game now. Super nice. So the exhaust tips can fit right under there in those little holes, which is perfect. And the good thing about this this new bumper is we can actually put the license plate down here in a place where it's, you know, actually a legal place to put it. Technically, the way that seam on that tailgate is designed, we cannot make the taillights legal because the taillights are not allowed to be on a moving surface. But whatever, we're just gonna have to make do with what the game offers us. One of my favorite new features, or new fixtures they've added. Oh yes. We got some proper running boards in the game now. The way fixture placements works on this game, making taillights that properly wrap around and look good, is kinda hard. Yeah, we got that little bar wrap around, so it's both part of the taillight and counts as the rear side reflector. It's genius. There you go, the front side turn signal is good. But we got even more front side turn signals with these new mirrors. Straighten those out. And I want to make the mirror probably one of these. So it's also a turn signal, and then we can make those turn signal. So we got, and these actually do blink when they when it's imported into Beam. So they do work as turn signals, and if you left those white, they work with the headlights too, which is kind of funny. I want to try something different with the taillights, because I don't really like the way these look on here. They work for the truck, not so much for this one. Make that red too, because we got backup lights there and there, so I think that looks better. Still kind of still a little iffy on it though, but I don't think there's any others that really would look better. We're actually at the point where most of the exterior styling is done now. Need a few extra things like the radio antenna and windshield wipers, but for the most part, it's looking pretty good. I mean, it's pretty much ready to go already. I might make a few subtle tweaks along the way before the final export to Beam. But I think we can move on to the other stuff for now. I'll come back to that when I figure out exactly what do we want. You know what, let's go 4-wheel drive just to kind of appeal to the people who want the 4-wheel drive. The Vanpressa had an 8-speed. Pretty sure the Vanpressa was also a 2020 model year, so let's give it a 9-speed. That's what the Vanpressa had. The Build Cat had an automatic locker because it's designed for like construction and industrial work. We're gonna give this one a geared LSD because it's designed to roam around the suburbs. Hard long life tires, because let's face it, the type of people who are gonna buy this are never gonna actually take it off road. They're just gonna be cruising around the suburbs. Let's go 22s. So it looks good. Roman 305s, let's go 305s all around, just to simplify things. So front and rear tires are interchangeable. Oh. The rims I did not change. I want to change those. I want them... Those aren't flashy enough for a Karen. Some nice flashy wheels. I got this kind of like muted kind of matte steel with the chrome, and then a little adjustment blue trim around the outside of the wheel, which I like doing. Brakes. We'll do vented. Let's bring those up. We'll sort out the everything else later. Ooh, skid tray. None, because it's not actually gonna be going off-road. Gotta have 8 seats with a premium interior, so, you know, Karen can take the kids in comfort. All the latest safety, so at least the kids are safe when Karen takes them. Ooh, Hydromatic has a really high comfort rating. That's what we want. Brake force is low. The brake disc size are massive. Well, this thing's probably heavy as hell. Yeah, 7,400 pounds. It's massively heavy, so we need to put some better brakes on this thing. Front brake force is low. Okay, 6 piston on the front. Jesus. Car tends to oversteer. Oh, that's wonderful. I don't want oversteer. This thing's not supposed to oversteer. I think we can deal with the oversteer if we put a little spoiler up here. Not much, but just enough to, you know, it exists. That's more fitting. Gonna give us at least a little bit of downforce on the back, which might help with the, I am actually really surprised it has front downforce. It still wants to oversteer. I think ride frequency low. Car tends to oversteer. Oh, there we go. Stiffen up the front sway bars just a little bit, gets rid of the oversteer. Yes! My experience tuning cars in Forza has helped us make this better. Some reason downforce is going negative now. Why? Let's give it a little something on the front. Just maybe a small lip around there. There, that small little lip should help. There we go. We got downforce on the front now. That'll help stabilize it. What is top speed of 156 is actually really good. 8 seconds 0 to 60. I guess is not too bad for a 7,500 pound vehicle. Yeah, 7,500 pounds, roundabout. Economy, 19%. I don't know what that means. Ooh, here we go. Hey, someone wants to buy it. Family premium. Well, we got some green. Let's see, sport utility luxury, not bad. Low sportiness. Seat count, probably too many seats for luxury. Do all the utility sport premium and utility sport premium, so actually a marketable vehicle more or less. Let's see, roll angle is high. Stiffer sway bars. Probably a good idea, actually. Minor issues with wheel spin. We can get rid of that pretty easily. So yeah, see, there we go. No problems. It's absolutely perfect now and has absolutely no issues. It's the perfect vehicle for Karen to take the kids. Oh yeah, the badging. We didn't do the badging. There we go. This is the Karen Suburbia trim, because this is the model we're going to sell to all the housewives and soccer moms. And I think it's about ready. We can export this to Beam and give it a test drive. Alright, so here we are in Beam with the Karen, and it barely fits in the driveway. It is so massive, and this is probably the biggest driveway I could find in this little neighborhood, but apart from the fact that it's too damn big to fit in the driveway, this is basically its natural habitat in the suburbs. So let's take this out for a test drive and see how it does. And alright. One of our neighbors has the Vampressa build cat, which is too big for his driveway, even though it's actually shorter than this. Continuing on. See, it's got plenty enough power for the soccer moms and Karen to take the kids away. No soccer mom in the right mind would be doing 50 miles an hour through the suburbs, but this thing is handling it, you know, surprisingly well. I'm gonna do what no soccer mom would ever do and turn the traction control off and see how it handles without it, because the traction control is super aggressive in this game. And it actually, I feel like I'm actually a lot slower when I have it on. Just a trip into town. Go pick up some groceries or something. I'm sure this thing could carry a lot. Seating for 8. Take all the kids and carry all their stuff to soccer practice. The brakes are probably about as good as you can get on a 7,500 pound vehicle. It's not going to be setting any lap records, that's for sure. Definitely not a slow vehicle. Not like last week's vehicle. This thing actually has some power. Nope, we lost the rear bumper. Yeah, those bumper fixtures seem to fall off way too easily when exported to be. And we broke the front axle, but it's still going. Yeah, the front axle doesn't need to be in place. It just flipped around to the other side. Because you just know there's going to be some Karen driver who's going to roll into the shop with their front axle flopping about like this and be like, I don't know, something feels weird. Because the kind of people that are going to buy this know nothing about cars. So, it's going to be completely broken. They're just going to think it needs new tires or an oil change. Ma'am, your tire has fallen off. Let's go ahead and put it in two-wheel drive mode, since most of the customers will probably leave it there. Switch it in the four-wheel drive whenever there's snow or a light rainfall. Anything that they think might make the road slightly slippery. Two-wheel drive mode, it can do donuts. It's got enough power for that. Pretty impressive for a 7,000 pound vehicle. There's a little dirt track on this map somewhere. I just need to figure out how to get to the racetrack. Okay, let's see how it does through this dirt track. I've taken a few cars through here before, not on camera, but this is pretty fun. Just slightly bumped the wall, but we're okay. Rear bumper fell off again. Ooh, that was a bit of a rough landing, but we're fine. How does it handle the big jump? Oh, almost perfect. That bounce. Okay, so this thing has actually turned out, a fair bit better for this type of stuff than I would have expected. I mean, it's designed for the suburbs. It's designed for housewives and soccer moms, but it is capable. If they want to go off the road. I think we might have collapsed the suspension there. We definitely broke something that time. It handles big jumps about as well as any other vehicle in this game. Oh, that was a smooth landing. We lost a wheel again. I think it's time to take this to the track and get a lap time. Alright, we are here at the Hirochi Raceway with the Karen about to do its lap. I've had a few practice runs. I've also taken the Vanpressa around the track with the pickup truck version of this, and it did over like a 145, but I think I might need to do some tweaking to the brakes on that thing because the brakes were horrible. And after a few practice runs with this, I think this might actually be able to beat the Buildcat, despite the fact that the Buildcat has over 1,000 horsepower and 2,400 pound-feet of torque. It's got a lot of torque. This says 700 torque and just shy of 450 horsepower, but I think it can actually beat it because it seems to be better through the corners and has much better braking. So let's do this. I think the limited slip differential actually does help through the corners compared to the Vanpressa, because the Vanpressa has locking diffs, which are good for off-road, not good for this sort of thing. This has a geared limited slip, which is probably a lot better for this than locking diffs. Definitely better. I think I definitely could have braked later, because I had to brake like super early with the Vanpressa just to make that corner. And then with the Vanpressa going through this hairpin, I basically had to do it at like 10 miles an hour. It was awful. Ooh. Getting a bit of a drift through there. I should have braked a bit earlier. but it's good. It's fine. This lap is still good. I haven't botched it yet. Now I've botched it on the last corner. So we're gonna go ahead and try again. Yeah, brakes in this thing are a lot better than the vent press. I definitely need to retune that thing. No. Ah. Ruined it. The irony of all of my practice runs have so far gone better than my actual recorded runs. Brake a bit earlier for this corner so I don't end up going wide. That was close. But we're fine. Oh, the understeer. But what else would you expect from a 7,500 pound vehicle? And across the line. 144.292, so this actually is faster than the 1,000 horsepower Vempressa. Where did I put my notebook? Okay, after reviewing my times, the Karen is at the top of the leaderboard now. It's not going to be setting any lap records, that's for sure. Definitely did not mean to put a soccer mom SUV at the top of the leaderboard. So I think next week we're going to have to actually build a proper sports car. Because this thing was faster than the all-road. Not faster than the sport version of the all-road, but the sport version is not officially partaking in the challenges that we're going to do in the second half of the season, because I did not build that version on camera. Anyways. Well, I told the AI to drive around randomly, but it doesn't take into account the walls that were placed there because this was a time trial route. While that thing continues to wrestle with a immovable wall, like and favorite this if you want, subscribe for more of this crazy stuff because we'll be back next week with another video. And yeah, until then, goodbye.